Everybody, we show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carbon, and today we're gonna have a very serious conversation about Call of Duty Blackout and Black Ops 4 multiplayer as a whole. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is an opinion about how Activision should make Blackout free to play. And then the next thing we are going to talk about is how various Call of Duty influencers are concerned with Black Ops 4 content updates, and they're taking to social media to talk about it. So let's get right into it. The very first one is Blackout, should it be free? Now, with the influx of battle royales, and they are everywhere, everywhere on the market, many thought that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout would reign in as one of the most popular games to take the genre over, for those looking for an alternative battle royale to play. But almost 3 months into the game's life cycle, there's less excitement amongst the community, and I can see it in my comments section, and I know you guys can too, about the entire mode's future and sustainability. So with new titles like Apex Legends coming into the market, the competition, against Blackout, it will continue to increase. And Blackout was one of the first AAA Battle Royale games on the market, with Fortnite and PUBG both independently published by smaller companies at the time. And Blackout was also one of the first-person shooter Battle Royales from a AAA developer across the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC platforms. But Blackout's $60 fee to start playing, alongside with the slow release of content, it's basically started to limit the excitement for the game. And the increased competition for the other BRs has started to overshadow Blackout in the community's view. I know people in my comments asking me all the time, have I heard of Apex yet? Have I played Apex yet? And I haven't. Apex's Respawn's new Battle Royale game marks one of the first AAA-backed Battle Royale games available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC that delivers, so far, from what I've heard, an incredible experience for players. It was announced and released the same day, and thus far has delivered a polished day one experience. That's what everybody's saying, a polished day one experience. It features new twist on the battle royale genre, and other games did not adapt, like the hero-based abilities, 3-player squad, and active ping system, and much more. And then, more importantly, it's free to play. Apex Legends has already taken over Twitch, being the #1 stream game across the site for 3 days since its launch. Sad, just sad. Some may attribute to the streamers being promoted to share the game, because a lot of them are being paid to share the game. Nobody's reached out to me, I'm not a big influencer, but I don't think I'd play it, I really don't. But many streamers playing have already acknowledged its excitement, and their plans to add Apex into their rotation of games showed in their stream on their schedules. And being free to play, sorry, I had to get a drink there, I'm talking a lot. Being free to play, many players are bound to jump and try new experiences on Battle Royale. I mean, that's how I got into it, was H1Z1. And a big question on Apex's, future will be the cadence of content being released post-launch, and sometimes that has thus far limited Blackout's growth. It really has, and it stinks. Respawn has already taken it a step further by providing a roadmap of content to expect for the entire first year of the game. Something we've not seen from Treyarch. So dear Treyarch, listen. So far, you have stuck to the later this month or soon in regards to updates for Black Ops 4, without providing any direction on what to expect for the next title. Blackout launched October 12th, last year. 3 months into the game cycle, there has only been one update with new changes to Blackout, beyond the balancing updates back in December. The map is still fall themed, only has had one location added, and the variety of weapons has remained stale throughout the game cycle thus far. And many have, been asking, what happened to the promise of delivering more content with more frequency? I must have got a subscriber, nice. And then Activision's blog post from back in June 2018 even said that Treyarch plans to deliver, and I quote, a more frequent cadence to keep things fresh and deliver new maps and content more regularly throughout the year, end quote. So some community members out there and influencers have pointed out that Sledgehammer Games actually released more content for Call of Duty World War II at this point than Treyarch has for Black Ops 4. And Treyarch seems to be trying their ability to add more content to new operations only. And with each operation lasting 60 plus days, that's a long drought of no new meaningful updates that is driving many players to check out other battle royale experiences such as Apex. And with how much the industry is changing, you know, it might be time for Activision to reevaluate their strategy with Call of Duty and how to approach battle royale with the franchise. The yearly $60 release will probably always be there, but Blackout or the franchise to sustain long term with increased free-to-play competition on the market, Activision should start to adapt to the new industry direction before the company gets pushed out, which it's currently doing. I would say it's at center mass and it's about to tip. There's a lot of uncertainty with Activision overall, and industry analysts have started to wonder what Activision will do to replace the revenue loss from no longer having Destiny. And then even EA, the last company anyone would ever expect to do what they've done this week, has started to adapt with Apex Legends being free to play. Treyarch created a good foundation for a battle royale with Blackout. They really did. It's a blank canvas. The gameplay, the mechanics, the features of the core of the mode, like zombie spawns, vehicle integration, and more implemented into the good way that we know it thus far. There's obviously some balancing issues with armor and equipment, but the core of the game is still good. But for Blackout to be successful in the long run, Activision, you really gotta show and unbundle it from the Black Ops 4. Make it a standalone, free-to-play product across PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, and allow it to grow and to be updated without being tied to the other modes in Black Ops 4 with new content updates more often, compared to large updates that actually don't bring new game content. At least, not just the black market updates. And that will lead us to our next topic, is those influencers. They are starting to take to social media to talk about it. So Treyarch's update schedule, as you know, has received criticism from fans and other developers, have begun to employ quick patches and content drops. So let's take like Pomage for example, and some other community influencers, and I'm talking about FaZe Pomage now. They want to see if Treyarch will shift their update schedule to a quicker content output system. The reaction, comes in the wake of release of Apex Legends, and that game seems to be taken over. The other titles also put out constant gameplay patches to ensure gameplay quality is maintained, so why can't we? Treyarch's lackluster update and the schedule for the updates and the numerous delays that have caused a backlash, and it seems these players are fed up with the current state. And you know why? It's because people are taking it out on the content creators. They're taking it out on us. We're trying to promote the game because we love it, yet everyone is telling us how bad it is. And eventually we have to take into effect like, hey, Treyarch, I think it's time to do something. It really is. So FaZe Pomage tweeted out, I pray CoD wakes up soon and really starts caring and updating their game like these new devs are. I ain't trying to be a negative Nancy, but this shit ain't making me a negative Nancy. And that's coming from FaZe Pomage. You guys, Call of Duty God and sniping, okay? And while the majority of Black Ops 4 players, enjoy the core gameplay of multiplayer and zombies and Blackout, the snail-paced content drops and delays and fixes are causing big influencers to look at other games, and that is the cycle that we just keep coming back to, okay? Other people are getting mad at this. Even Prestige is key, alright? The known guy for everything that is Call of Duty information tweeted out and said, it is not the paint cans. I like them. Guess I'm just bored. I see other games like Fortnite doing all these cool things and constantly updating, but Blackout is just there. I guess we will see all these great examples of companies doing so many different things, and I wish Black Ops 4 was that way, and I agree with them. Ryan, I agree with you, brother. Prestige couldn't have said it any better, man. A long-time Call of Duty community member, states that his frustration does not stem from the core gameplay. And it's really not. The core gameplay is there. The mechanics are good. Everything is there. It really is, but it's a byproduct of seeing other games with constant updates and patch fixes. If there were no other games that had all these amazing updates all the time, we would think Blackout was amazing. But because we get to sit here and play this game and other games and look around at other people enjoying their games, and every week they get like presents. You know what I mean? It's like I want to go stay with them. I want to go stay with that over there. They get all the snacks. And then even Driftor, he came out and said game is free, loot is cosmetic only, new legends are balanced like LOL or Siege, League of Legends, by the way. And then prices are simple. Odds are shown on the screen. Can't get much more consumer friendly. If the prices are too high for you, then just don't buy any and enjoy the free game. And he's talking about Apex Legends. And then Driftor, you know, the fact that he even weighed in on how to monetize features in games like Apex Legends and Fortnite work as opposed to Black Ops 4. And the games are completely free to play with optional cosmetic content, and it's just like Apex's loot boxes even display the odds of getting items in the game, and you know, the legend balance is maintained well, and a swipe against the specialist balancing problems in multiplayer. And then Driftor's tweet once again raises the question, is Call of Duty's yearly release a smart plan for Activision's future? Cosmetic purchases are much more tempting to players when they know that the game will stick around for a long period of time to come. I'm not going to spend any money in this game because sooner or later the next one's going to come out. You know, it's not like Grand Theft Auto has been out since 2013. I can keep playing it. This one comes out every new year. And EU Burns got on Twitter and he said, you have a small window to capitalize on an esports program before another game comes out and steals the momentum. So disappointed we haven't seen anything for Blackout. And yet again, he's true. So on the competitive side of things, Apex Legends has already held a $50,000 tournament. And players have begun preparing. EU Burns pointed out on Twitter that each game has a limited window in which to create an esports scene, and believes that Blackout may have missed a big opportunity. And Treyarch has stated in the past that they do not plan to pursue competitive features for Blackout. You know, so with all this in mind, you know, what kind of changes do you want to see coming to Call of Duty? I think we've talked about them in that last Blackout update, you know, the map update. But guys, what do you want to see as far as like multiplayer? What do you want to see at everything? How often do you want these updates? Do you want them every week? Do you want them every other day? Do you want them every month? Like, what is it? What is it that everybody wants? I am so curious. Now is our time. The community is speaking up. They are ruining a game that could be absolutely amazing. And guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you comment on this video. Let me know what I did wrong, because you guys always do. But guys, it's been fun. Leave that like, hit that subscribe, leave that comment. Peace.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody.
We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party, flyer than everybody. We show up in the party,